right, music fans, it is I, Dave, the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you. Right there. And me here. Hey, I don't know if this is news to anybody, but I'm going to throw it out there. I've never talked about the band Dokken before. I'm kind of a big fan. Love their stuff from the 80s and even a couple of recent albums I've really gotten into. Here's kind of breaking news. The classic lineup of Dokken, vocalist Don Dokken, guitarist George Lynch, bassist Jeff Pilson, who's currently with the band Foreigner, and drummer Wild Mick Brown actually did a video out in LA last month for a brand new song. The song is called It's Just Another Day. The track, which will be featured on the band's forthcoming CD-DVD package, marks the first new song by the classic Dokken lineup since the 1997 Shadow Life album. During a recent appearance on the Classic Metal Show, Don Dokken stated about the Jamie Brown-directed clip, there's some footage in the background superimposed from Dokken's classic videos. Breaking the Chains, just awesome song, just amazing. And In My Dreams and Heaven Sent, both great songs. We threw a couple of little old clips superimposed in the background, a bit of nostalgia. But we were laughing because this is probably one of our best videos that we've ever done. It didn't cost anything basically to make. Basically using their iPhone cameras. Because back in the day it was film. Now, I mean, come on, everybody's got an iPhone and you've got GoPros. People are making movies on GoPros now. So the cost has come down a bit from $250,000 to just about nothing. As for the musical direction of the new song, Dokken said, I'm really happy. I think it's very Dokken sounding. It's very classic 80s big harmonies. Yeah, you're speaking my language there. It was nice and refreshing to hear Jeff and Mick singing background vocals. They wrote the song, I guess. George and Jeff. I wasn't there. They wrote it, and when they gave it to me, I wasn't really that over the moon about it. It was kind of slow and kind of moody and kind of dirgy, but George likes to play those heavy kind of slow grooves, heaven sent-ish. And actually, Jeff had written the lyrics. Jeff had written all the vocals, and I just said, I don't like it. So basically, he went in and redid it from the article. I went to Jeff's house, his recording studio, and I wrote the lyrics in 30 minutes from scratch. I wrote the whole song in like a half hour, and I just wrote it, said it, did it, sang it, and then I listened to it. And about a week or so later, I said, this is really good. A little negative, a little bit of crying in my beer. The lyrics to me were too much. Oh, you loved me, you left me, you blank, he says, and that kind of stuff. So I kind of changed it up a little bit, made it more upbeat and hopeful. I made some lyrical changes, and voila, we've got a brand new Dokken song. They loved working together on this one-off deal. Apparently, Don Dokken is afraid that this will drop and everybody will be demanding that the original lineup go back out on tour. They did, I guess, some dates in Japan in 2016. But for Dokken fans, I tell you, this is really going to whet their appetite for the original lineup. There are a lot of folks, if you go online, that really enjoy the current lineup of Dokken, and it's a tough thing because when the original band gets together and does a song like this, now Dokken went on to say that he kind of had a little bit of some misgivings about working with these guys again, but then he goes on to praise how well they sounded. Sounds like he reworked this song a little bit in order to make it better, and they seemed like they were okay with that. He's also talking about how there's this big paycheck looming if the band was to get back together again and do maybe an extensive tour and possibly new music. But again, it's a pretty even split online if you look at all of the information about Dokken and their current lineup versus their older lineup. That Lightning Strikes Again album is fantastic, and that's the new lineup. That's the one I really like the most out of their newer material. But how can you how can you not want to hear the original band playing, Breaking the Chains? I mean, just come on. It would just be amazing. So, in any event, Dokken, a one-off song with the original lineup. I think that's big news for Dokken fans. For the rest of the world, maybe not so much, but I thought it was worth sharing it with you all. And of course, I'll be back with more real music in real time for real people, just like you and just like me. And we'll see you then.